You know, there's a difference between professionals and amateurs. And it always shows itself when you're dealing with amateurs. These are the people who are not trained in this. You know, there are people who used to be police officers who all of a sudden, now they want to be media folk. Megyn Kelly was a lawyer, now she want to try to become a journalist. I mean, it littered with all these different people. Well, Dan Bongino is one of those people. Used to be on the NYPD, then became a Secret Service agent, and then all of a sudden became a right-wing hack. And, you know, and he's going on Fox News, trashing Obama and all this sort of stuff. He's now got his radio show on the Cumulus, taking a lot of the time slots of Rush Limbaugh, who died last year. And so, you know, Dan is sitting here on YouTube, and all the conservatives love him. They love him, love him, love him. And Dan is out here, and Dan is sitting here doing his thing. So he recently announced that he is going to be leaving YouTube. So he made this big deal. So I tweeted that Dan Bongino leaving YouTube is akin to a pimple on an elephant's ass. It's really no big deal. So I tweeted that and also said, you know, Dan, like the rest of these conservatives, these right-wing hacks, is afraid to debate a brother like me. So now Dan Bongino on Twitter, he blocked me. But Bongino Report is still on, so I tagged them and, Dan not afraid to debate you. So his radio producer tweets me saying, Dan, I have you on the show today. I said, come on. I debate Dan anytime, anywhere. Let's roll. So they said, well, we're going to talk about the YouTube stuff. We'll talk about some other different stuff. I said, all right, that's cool. So I'm going to deconstruct the interview because all his little simpleton followers, oh, man, he destroyed you. He tore you up. Even polyester and cotton, Diamond and Silk tried to weigh in. Oh, I heard you got it handed to you. And I said, you two fools don't know nothing, okay? So I'm going to play for y'all the audio. How long is the interview? How long was it? 14:30. So I'm going to deconstruct the interview, and I'm going to show y'all how you don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe and how you can see the BS coming a mile away. Go ahead and play it.
Do 2 guests per show, but this was important because anytime someone calls us out to a debate, we're always like, okay, we love that. We have a specific segment on Jim. We ask for liberals to call it all the time, and they refuse to do it. If you'd like to call, 844-484-3872, by the way, we'll take some of your calls at the end of the show. But welcoming to the show for the first time, a liberal, Roland Martin. Roland, how are you, sir?
Doing great, but you make the first mistake by branding me as a liberal. I've never identified as a liberal, conservative, Republican, or Democrat. I'm a black man in America. So,
all right, great.
Who voted for people on different sides. So never make that mistake.
Boom. Pause.
Good. I'm glad.
Pause. See, when you don't do your homework, so automatically off the top, now I got his ass backed up. Now he like, damn, I called his ass a liberal. Okay, that didn't work. Because see, again, that's their whole deal. Liberal, conservative. Liberal, conservative. That's their whole game. See, and everybody knows I ain't never identified as a liberal or conservative, Republican or Democrat. Damn, now it's like, okay, now I got to figure out how we're going to handle this. Because see, y'all, here's what he thought. He thought I was going to come in hot. No, a pro knows that game. So I came in different tones. See, he thought I was going to come in here. I came in here. Now he's trying to recalibrate how he's going to approach this interview. Press play.
Glad you told us who you were. I was confused today about that. So you said that on your Twitter that we were afraid to debate you. Why would I be afraid to debate you?
Well, Dan, you based some appearances on Fox News, and I guess you got a little sensitive and you blocked me, even though I was simply disagree with one of your segments. And so, you know, but that's typical for a lot of folks on Fox News who don't actually want to engage with people who disagree with them. And so there you go. So, you know, so that's why I had to get.
Well, we have a note.
Report.
My team has a note at the top of the Twitter account. It says if we blocked you, it's because you're probably a zero. So we were just trying to help people. But we'll leave that for another day.
We also know that's a lie because I'm not a zero. Never have been.
Well, all right. We're just trying to provide some helpful assistance to
Pause. Okay, so y'all, again, take the bait. Okay? How you don't take the bait? So what you do is you do a petty personal attack thinking that the person is going to get pissed off. And I was kind of like Chris Tucker in Friday. See, that's the game. So y'all got to understand, the host, the game that he's trying to play, he's trying to get you off your game. So let me be petty. Oh, well, we block people who are zeros. Sorry, Dan, I'm not a zero. So you see how his tone changes. Now, let's get to the meat of the discussion. Play.
Wondering why they may have been blocked. So let's chat. So you obviously were, for some reason, you seem to be upset about my departure from YouTube.
Oh, no.
I'm wondering why that is.
Not upset at all. In fact, I found what I said was very simple. Leaving YouTube, after they demonetize your platform for 30 days and you made your argument, I said it's like a pimple in an elephant's ass. Here's a platform that does 5 billion views a day, and it's not going to have any material impact on their views or on their revenue. And so that's what I said. So I think your folks were actually upset by it. I found it to be laughable.
So just curious, why would I don't know you? I mean, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I have no idea who you are. I had to look you up. I thought you were the guy from Laugh-In, but then I found it was Roland Martin, not Rowan. I was like, oh, Roland Martin. Let me look this guy up. No, I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to be a tool bag. I have no idea who you are. But why would you even care? So if I have no material impact on YouTube, being an equity investor in a $2.1 billion competitor that does 36 million views or customers a month on Rumble, then why would you care? I mean, I don't tweet about you. I don't even know who you are. I thought you were the Laughing guy.
Again, though, well, first of all, that's Rowan and Martin. It's Roland Martin. There's a famous.
Yeah, I know. I had to figure that out on the search engine
as well. But again, I don't. Prior to you going on Fox in the last election, I didn't know who you were. The reality is here. I mean, people comment on things all the time. I'm sure you actually comment on things or people you never met, and you see something, and so I chose to comment. I mean, that is possible, and that is typically what happens on these.
Yeah, I mean, it is. You're right.
And so I saw.
I support free speech.
Pause. All right. So let me tell you, y'all saw what just happened right there? Oh, shit, you're right. Dude, you have a talk show. You come on the air and talk about stuff all the time. See, again, he tried to play that, oh, why are you talking about little old me? Why are you even concerned? It's really no big deal. I mean, why are you bringing me up? Dan, you're a talk show host. We comment on things all the time. That's kind of what that platform does. Twitter or Facebook, you comment on stuff. Oh, damn. Yeah, he's right. Shit, okay. That tactic didn't work. Damn, okay. What's next? Press play.
Right. So, well,
okay.
Yeah,
I support. Let me get to some questions because I want to get to some substantive stuff. All right. You've explained your point. I get it. Makes perfect sense.
Pause.
Yes.
What that means is, okay, I lost that one. I tried to sit here and I tried to bring you in. I tried to piss you off. I tried to play you off. I tried to be petty by calling you a zero. Tried to be petty by saying, I don't even know who you are. I had to look you up. Tried to be petty by saying, oh, why do you bring these things up? Y'all, I did not fall for the banana in the tailpipe. So now he has to resort to, oh, now let's get to some substance, which you should have done in the outset. How much time is left? 10:48. So really, Dan wasted 4 minutes on BS because he thought I was going to fall for his petty talk show games. Dan, you're dealing with a pro. Press play.
So do you have a problem with the fact that YouTube censors people for misinformation? And if you do, if the answer is yes, if it's no, great, it ends there. But if your answer is yes, I like this, they should do this, can you define what misinformation is for us?
Pause right there. Now, so here's the setup. YouTube censors, okay, for misinformation. That is a subjective statement. It's not an objective statement. Does YouTube take down wrong information? That's the real question. See, so if you use the phrasing, I need y'all to listen to what I am saying so you can understand the art of debate. When your question is established, do they censor? That is deemed as a negative connotation. They are taking this thing down. He's saying misinformation. Misinformation is another cute word for lie. Listen to how I respond. Oh, hold up before you go there. He then said, if the answer is yes, then explain if it's yes or no. See, so the game that Dan and right-wing folks like to play is this: answer yes or no. Yes, I support censoring. No, I don't support censoring, which means I have now accepted your definition of the issue by playing on your turf. An amateur would fall for that, not a pro. Press play.
Well, actually, you said they censor people for misinformation, which means you have to define exactly what they is. What did they censor you for?
They censored me for a comment Dr. Anthony Fauci had made about masks that I repeated later.
Stop.
Fauci has not been censored.
Stop. They censored me for a comment about mask. Does Dan say what the comment was? No. So therefore, you want me to comment on, you want to provide the nuance of what you actually said? Oh, it was a comment Fauci said. Y'all, that's an amateur move. A pro will spot that in a heartbeat. Press play.
Kind of weird. But let's don't get lost in what I did. I've already discussed that on my show.
Boom, freeze right there. Don't get lost on what I did. Let me reset the table. Why is he leaving YouTube? Because YouTube demonetized his platform for 30 days. Why did I comment him leaving? Being a pimple on an elephant's ass. Because of that. And then he says, now, don't get lost in what I did. That's called, oh, please don't bring up my stuff. Let's stick with everybody else's stuff. Again, that's an amateur talk show move to keep the heat off of you and to keep it somewhere else. Press play.
No, I'm curious because I want to talk about more substantive issues like what is misinformation and do you support censorship by these tech platforms? And let's be clear. I'm not suggesting it's a First Amendment issue. Don't go there at all. I'm not. It's a private company. I'm just asking you as a political... Wait, hold on. Let me ask the question. I'll give you time to answer. I'm not going to cut you off. I'm just asking you as a political commentator, you got a profile. Do you support these companies unquestionably censoring content for misinformation? And what is misinformation?
Freeze right there. Okay, one, he thought I was going to bring up the First Amendment argument. Dan, I wasn't going to bring it up because the First Amendment, because clearly you've read it, applies to government. So yes, private companies can do these things. No need for me to bring it up because you thought I was coming next because you knew I was going to obliterate your argument. But again, I need y'all to listen to what he keeps saying. This is why I keep telling you, when you're in a debate, listen to what people say. Xavier, he's an attorney. He understands my point. If you're in a courtroom, you listen to what the opposing counsel says. You listen to them potentially slipping up while they're talking. And so most people are focused on what they're going to say next versus listening to what someone says. Dan keeps framing this as censoring and misinformation when misinformation, y'all, in this case dealing with COVID, are lies. Press play.
I'll give a perfect example. I believe in truth. So yesterday, I was highly critical of an NBC News story with regards to President Joe Biden and his support for historically black colleges and universities. I watched this 3-minute and 27 report by a reporter, and I've been watching it. Literally, there was no data, no information, no actually amounts, nothing along those lines. And it was an interview with 3 HBCU students who I highly respect, but they didn't have any information. And so then The Root, which is a black targeted website, reported on it. And I said, guys, if you're going to report something, I said, base it upon truth, base it upon facts. I said, pick the phone up, call somebody. Part of this issue when you talk about misinformation is when you have folks who lie, who spread things that are absolutely incorrect. I just got a text message today from somebody who said, hey, if you raise your pH level above 5.5, you can ward off COVID. It's not true. And I said, don't spread that. Don't send it around unless you actually know that. I have people who come on my show who are not doctors and scientists who want to discuss COVID, and I'm going, I'm sorry, what is your expertise? Oh, you read a medical journal. I'm like, but why are we listening to, I'm not going to listen to a mechanic talk about heart issues. They're a mechanic. So there's misinformation
All right.
out here.
I got you. I'm a little, Roland, I'm a little short on time.
Freeze right there. Again, an amateur radio trick. I'm short on time. What that means is you are destroying my points. You're making way too much sense. You used a real life example that you were involved in. So now what I have to do is I now have to shift my tone. So now what I'm about to do, I'm about to start throwing a series of questions rapid fire, and I want you to answer yes or no. Then I'm going to accuse you of filibustering because you're not answering the way I need you to answer because you know what? You're making way too much sense. Here it comes. Press play.
A few things, and I listened to your take. I get it. I understand. So you're suggesting Joe Biden may have lied about HBCUs, but that wasn't the question.
Y'all just caught that? Did y'all just catch that? So here's what the amateur does. The amateur, talking to his right-wing audience, you just suggested that Joe Biden lied. Boom! Really? Is that what I suggested? Y'all know I'm too good for that one. I caught it real quick. Press play.
Should Joe Biden then be censored by YouTube?
I use it as an example. I use
okay, but that was the example of misinformation. Wait, time out. I let you respond. But so should he be censored by YouTube?
But you just actually stated it was a misinformation. I never said he said that. I said the NBC report was critical of his support. You just stated what's factually incorrect. Not even what I said.
So should NBC News?
Boom! Freeze! Oh shit! Here's Dan. Damn, he got me. Oh damn, he got me. He just sit there and said, "Damn." Cause see y'all, Dan said you said Biden lied. No, I didn't. You said that. Wrong. No, where did I say that? That's what happens when someone tries to use your words, twisted for the purpose of their own agenda, and then the people who are not pros, they go chase that down the rabbit hole. Boom, I froze. No, sorry. You just exemplified misinformation because you just lied. I never said that. Y'all see how I try to change the subject? Press play.
So should NBC News should do? NBC News should be censored.
What NBC News should do is correct the report. If you give misinformation,
exactly. Okay, so they shouldn't be censored.
No. What I said is correct. I mean, we should have truthful information. Fact. This is an alternative.
People should be able to. So just to be clear, your point is that censorship is a bad thing, and people should be able to correct misinformation.
Freeze. See, I told y'all from the beginning. Dan's whole thing is censorship and misinformation. First of all, Dan refuses to acknowledge that misinformation are lies. And so what he's angry about is that YouTube is flagging lies and penalizing lies. So he wants me to stay within the narrow confines of his argument that it's censorship for misinformation. Dan, you are advancing lies. And they don't like getting busted for lies. It's called misinformation. It's called alternative facts. What he's now about to get upset is I won't play his game. Press play.
I believe that if someone is giving information that is erroneous and misinformation, that needs to be corrected. If an individual chooses not to do so, then you take whatever action against them. But
so freeze right there. Boom. I just answered this question. I said you take whatever action against them, which means demonetize their platform, which means take down their post. Oh, I didn't use this. I forgot. But there was a post that we put up. It was a discussion that we had. YouTube flagged us, say it was misinformation around COVID. We appealed the decision saying, no, we refuted what the person said in real time based upon my response and others. Guess what YouTube said? You're right. Boom. We lift the block. Dan, you didn't do that. You deliberately pushed misinformation for your agenda. I told you, Dan, you're an amateur. You were a cop. You were a Secret Service agent. And then you came into media. Dan, you only came into media in the 2016 race. Poor Dan. I've been doing this since I was 14 years old, for 39 years. I've debated Klansmen, white supremacists. I've debated folks who were in the Black Panthers. I've debated people in the Nation of Islam. I've debated people who are Christian, who are Muslim, who are Jewish, who are Buddhist, who are atheists. I've debated folks who are black, who are white, all of that. See, the difference is, this is what I do. You thought you were dealing with an amateur, like you are, but I'm a pro. And pros can sniff out amateur talking points and how you try to play the game. Listen how his tone changes and he begins to speed up because his brain is now firing because he can't get me off of my game. Press play.
So you're for censorship.
Put somebody on your show who lies. Would you
Roland,
continually put someone on your show who lies? Yes or no?
Roland, I'm asking the questions. The answer
Freeze.
is we have people.
Oh, I'm asking the questions. That's what a trick that you always use when someone has got you on the run. Right now, he is running for his life. Listen.
Lie like I have you on the show. I mean, there's an example.
Boom!
I mean, let's be honest here. I'm asking you a simple question, and what you're doing is you're answering with another question to avoid. It's a really simple question. Do you support censorship of people who you believe are lying? Do you support it or not?
I believe that if someone is lying, if someone who's lying, they need to correct the information. If they refuse to do so, then you take corrective action. But you also call me a liar.
Let's do an example.
You also call me a liar with no information.
Let's do an example.
Whatsoever.
No, I do have a ton of examples of exactly. I'm more than happy to dig through a couple of them right here. Let's test. Let's do an integrity test.
Freeze right here. Okay, so Dan Bongino got busted in a lie. And then he was like, damn, I got busted. Now he got me on a run. Damn, he got me on a run. He said, I have people on all the time who lie, like you. Oh, you're calling me a liar? Okay, what did I lie about? Oh, well, I've got some stuff in front of me. I just called him a liar and I ain't got nothing to back it up with, so I got something. You didn't have anything. So you just provided misinformation. You said, I have people on all the time who lie, like you. Oh, I'm a liar? Where's your evidence? You have none. That's how he switches the subject. Well, no, let's go to this here. Press play.
So the Russian collusion narrative, which is now a documented lie. We all realize it was fabricated by a guy, Igor Danchenko, in conjunction with Christopher Steele and passed through conduits. We know the story was made up because the people who made up the story have admitted that the story was made up. Should the people who told that lie over and over, this is their integrity test, I'm going to prove my point here, should they, according to your principle that if it's a lie you don't correct, they should be censored, should they be censored from YouTube?
They should actually have to correct the information. If information is false, again,
they have not corrected the information. So Roland, should they be?
You can't.
No, let's not dance. Let's not dance here. Why are we dancing here? Let's just answer. Should they be censored? They have not corrected the information.
Dan, I'm not dancing. I'm actually answering it. What you don't like is you don't like the answer. I said it again.
No, because you're not giving an answer. You're doing this like liberal thing that's so frustrating.
No,
they have not.
Freeze right there. Freeze. You're doing this liberal thing that's so frustrating. No, Dan, being factual is not liberal or conservative. It's being factual. And Dan's problem is he literally didn't listen. See, the problem is when you're an amateur, you get in your mind how you want the answer to come to you, so you don't actually listen to what someone says. And that's what was frustrating him. I literally said again there that if someone does not correct the information, corrective action must be taken against them. I said it multiple times. He kept saying, I didn't answer the question. I did. I just didn't answer it the way you wanted me to. Press play.
The information, it's been like 4 years. Should they be censored or not? Okay, let me make it simple because you're not going to. It's been 4 years and they wait, time out. They haven't corrected the information about collusion. Should they be censored? It just seems weird that you have this double standard that conservatives should be censored. I give you an example, and you're like, no, they should be given another opportunity.
No, that's not true. If information, what did I just say? I said if information is wrong, and the information has been proved to be wrong, and if the individual does not correct it, then corrective action should be taken to take that information out of the public sphere. But you
okay, how long do you get? Wait, Roland, how long do you get? Wait, it's been 4 years. Is there a timeline, or do you just get to lie about it forever?
Dan, again, your own mouth said you invite liars on, which included me, but you cannot provide any substantive information.
Yeah, I just called you out. You're sitting there all day. You're sitting there all day talking about me on YouTube and censorship, claiming that people. Did you, Roland? I mean, I'm just repeating back to you your own words. That people should be allowed to correct the information. I say to you, they haven't corrected the information. I cite an example from a liberal, and you're like, no, they should definitely be given another chance.
Phrase right there. Okay, so this is the game that you play. Oh, you said they should be given another chance. He does not say anywhere in there, Roland, you did say corrective action should be taken and that information should be removed from the public space. That's actually what I said. See, he can't concede that point because his talking point won't allow him. That's what amateurs do. See, a professional knows how to shift their position or argument based upon going up against another professional. But when you are an amateur, you can only stay in one lane. You don't have the ability to sit here and get on your toes. Camera here. See, Dan can't do this here. Dan can't do this here. He can't do this here. This is Dan right here. He's staying in one spot. See, Dan can't switch to this position, and he can't switch back to southpaw. He can't do that because he's an amateur. That's why he's getting frustrated, because I won't accept his debate. I won't accept his bait because he's not listening. I'm not done. Press play.
Throw another example. Let's do a Roland Martin integrity test to prove my point here. So Rand Paul was censored from YouTube, a medical doctor.
Freeze.
Discussing.
So that Rand Paul was censored from YouTube, a medical doctor. Y'all, Rand Paul's an eye doctor who's not board certified. That's what information was sent to me today. He's not board certified. But see, Rand Paul's a doctor because the public doesn't know. So they're thinking, well, he was a doctor. They're thinking medical doctor. They ain't thinking eye doctor. They're thinking, oh, with the body. Like he's actually, like a scientist. He's an eye doctor, not board certified. Don't want us to use that nuance there. Watch this.
Information about masking and vaccines and COVID on YouTube. Should he have been censored? He was censored. He was talking about masks. He was talking about the effectiveness and efficacy of vaccines.
Freeze right there. Freeze right there. I said, what specifically did Rand Paul say? Dan, he was talking about the mask and the efficacy of vaccines. No, that's a subject. What specifically did he say that caused him to be shut down by YouTube? Dan won't say it because he knows it's a lie. Then he gets upset because I start demanding, what specifically did he say? If one of my staffers comes to me and says, Roland, this happened, I will go, what did she do? Well, this thing just happened. No, I need to know. But what did she do? What did he do? Well, I'm just pissed. I'm just mad and upset. No. What did they do? What did they say? You want me to take action against them just because, but you won't tell me what they said. So therefore, I don't have enough information to weigh in because you won't tell me. That's the trick Dan tried. Y'all, that only works when you're talking to amateurs. Press play.
I just told you the efficacy of masks and vaccines, how the vaccines have not met the criteria initially.
Freeze right there. I told you the efficacy of masks and vaccines. No, that's a subject. What did he actually say? Did Rand Paul say masks do not work? Did Rand Paul say vaccines do not work? He's giving me the subject of what Rand Paul said, not the specifics. And he's mad that I won't have the conversation with him until he tells me specifically what Paul said. Press play.
And Paul, don't try to filibuster and wait out the clock because you can't answer the question with any integrity. Should Rand Paul have been censored by YouTube or not?
If Rand Paul, what did Rand Paul say? Masks don't work? Did he say vaccines don't work? What did he say?
All right, let's go on to an easier.
Freeze right there. Boom. Boom. Dan, what did Rand Paul say? Masks don't work? Vaccines don't work? Shit, he got me. Damn, he got me. Oh, okay, now I gotta, what can I do? He got my ass. Damn, the pro just got me. Switch the damn subject. Press play.
Apparently, it's too hard. Should the media outlets? Okay, let's ask a simple one. Because I just told you he was talking about and calling out studies on. You know what? Roland, you're really not picking this stuff up, and it's really tough for me to debate with liberals because you guys can't tell the truth. Let me give you a simple example. Really, that's too complicated for you. I can do. He was talking about the Arizona mass study, the Bangladesh mass study, studies you haven't read. Okay, so I can't go into that. Let's go into something different. Let's talk about Juicy Smollett, right? What about the media outlets that reported about this now fully discredited racial attack? Many of them have since yet to correct this. Should they be censored?
Did those media outlets cover what happened to that? I'm asking you. Did they cover that? So he made an initial claim. No. Let's walk through the timeline. He made an initial claim. They reported that. Did they subsequently report what the Chicago police said, what the prosecutor said? They report what the trial.
It doesn't matter if you have made a statement like an opinion host on CNN or MSNBC to the veracity of this man's story and have now not gone back at his opinion host and said you were wrong. That's not a correction. Reporting on the fact that there's been a trial or an arrest is not the same. Roland, listen, I'm just dismantling your argument piece by piece. Let me give you one more. Let's give you one. Let's try to be simple because I got 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Wait, 30 seconds left. Nicholas Sandmann, right? We have on tape what happened there. Nicholas Sandmann. Okay, Roland, I only got 20 seconds. One more answer, 20 seconds. Nicholas Sandmann.
Make up stuff.
Should they have corrected the Nicholas Sandmann conspiracy theory? Yes or no?
Fox News literally said the lawyers that you don't really believe what Tucker says. You're on the same network. So do you question that? Yes or no?
What are you talking about? Do I question what?
No, you talk about
Roland, have you been eating edibles today? Did you think those were jujubes and they were edibles? I mean, really, are you okay?
So
I let you on the show. I tell you to debate, and we got Roland. I gotta go. Listen, honestly, on a serious note. Wait, hold on, because I gotta go. I'm really at the end. I'll have you. I promise you this. I'll have you back. It was fun. I'm not kidding, but I do gotta go. I will have you back. Jim has your number. I'm not messing with you, but I'm serious. I'm not trying to cut you off. We're like 30 seconds over. All right, Roland Martin. Thanks for taking the time. It was fun. We'll have you back another time. I'll see you later, buddy. Take care. All right, folks.
Now, bring up Mustafa and Xavier. Dan tried to overtalk me on the end there because he saw what was coming. And you know what he saw what was coming? I said, wait a minute. You just brought up talk show hosts who don't correct things and who lie. I said, you work at a network where the lawyers who were the Fox News lawyers who were defending Tucker Carlson in the lawsuit says Tucker's audience knows he makes things up. Tucker Carlson is on record as saying when he gets back into a corner, he makes things up. That's why Dan started doing the running man, because he saw what was coming. Mustafa, I don't know why they sit here and first of all think that you're going to put a pro with an amateur like Dan Bongino. I was sitting here watching a 35-mile-an-hour ball come my way and just waiting on it every single time.
I mean, he just wasn't ready. He wasn't ready for prime time. He thinks he was ready for prime time, but, No, but air and opportunity was between y'all, and you took him to the mat. It reminded me of all these people over history who haven't been ready for when the moment came. Whether it was Kennedy and Nixon looked like he was not even ready to be presidential, or you look at Ali and Liston, or you look at all those people that Tyson knocked out in the first round who thought that they was ready until they stepped into the ring, and then they got that beat down. So. He could practice up, and maybe in 10, 15 years, he'll be ready.
See, the thing, Xavier, again, that amateurs like Dan don't understand is if you don't have a well-developed argument, don't bring that shit up to a pro. See, I keep telling people this. This is like when people roll up on me on the street and we're somewhere and they want to debate. And I toy with them. But then when they want to get serious, I put my foot in that ass. Then it's like, oh my God, why you gotta get so serious? You said you wanted this smoke. Well, damn it, accept this smoke. The fact of the matter is, at every single point, I'm nailing him. What did he say? Well, I told you what he said. No, you didn't. You said he talked about the efficacy of masks and vaccines. What specifically did he say that caused YouTube to knock him off? See, they don't want to deal with that. What these right-wing conservatives want to do is they want to call anything censoring when it's shutting down lies. Dan Bongino wants to be able to lie with impunity and face no repercussions, and that's really why he and other conservatives are angry.
No wonder I'm questioning right now whether Dan Bongino was a black man, because it looked like he was trying to be Alex Foley and put the banana in the tailpipe. Trick on you, Roland. So the number one. Number two, I think it's really interesting that they try to pigeonhole with these yes and no questions.
Yep.
I already have programmed what my answer is going to be. So if I don't get the answer I want, I'm going to take you down a decision tree where there's another yes or no answer. And I get to be able to basically spill all of my misinformation on top of it. He jumped from Rand Paul to Jussie Smollett. All these different issues that connect to the misinformation that he's spreading that cost him being on YouTube and the platform itself, and not recognizing that YouTube has a terms of service agreement. You didn't follow it, you're gone. You're upset. And if you were insignificant, Roland, why are you on the show? Huh? If you're a zero, why are you on the show? Why are you grifting off you as an American black man? If you really thought you were insignificant, you were significant enough to try to make a target in your audience, and you failed, Don Bongino. What's the DNA test, bro?
All I'm saying here is this here. And Dan, I will be happy to come back on your radio show. I'll come on your Fox show. You can call, matter of fact, you can bring Sean Hannity, Tucker Carlson, Laura Ingraham. You can bring all of them with you. Because see, I'm going to tell y'all, at the Republican National Convention, was 2012, we were in the media center, and like 2 or 3 conservatives rolled up against me, then about 4 or 5, then it was about 8 of them. And Dana Lash, she was over here, her husband was one of them. I was like Neo in the Matrix with their ass. This is exactly what happened. I was like, boom, next. Boom, whatever. Boom, knock your ass out. Boom, knock you out. Who else y'all got? They're like, we're recording you. I'm already on TV. I'm used to cameras. Boom, just knocking their ass out. Just boom, boom. I say, anything else y'all got? Then one dude was like, see, you're gonna have like these illegal immigrants getting Texas driver's license. Fool didn't know I was even from Texas. I said, really? Went in my pocket. I said, oh, you mean like this one right here? I said, man, go sit your ass down. Again, y'all, don't roll up on a pro if you succeed in amateur hour. That crap works, Dan Bongino, when you are talking by yourself. Dan, I'm gonna give you something. Rush Limbaugh didn't really have a lot of guests on his show. You know why? Because he know guests talk back. That's why Newsmax and OANN and Fox News, they're not gonna have opposing views because they do affirmation TV. They do affirmation radio. Hugh Hewitt's not gonna call me. That's why Neil Bortz, his punk ass, when he was on radio in Georgia, used to trash me all the time. I hit him one day saying, you know what? I will come to Atlanta. I will come to your studio. I said, in fact, I'm going to Atlanta in 2 weeks. I'm going to extend my trip 48 hours just to stay to do your show. No, you can't come on. Oh, you can talk about me, but you can't face me. Y'all, I need everybody to understand. You have to always be aware of the games that they play and how they want to try to box you in to debate on their terms. I hope Dan Bongino and his people watch this video, because this was a masterclass on how to be a real radio and TV talk show host. Because see, if y'all watch this, you might be better the next time you have me on. But guess what? Like a pro, I make halftime adjustments. That's how we roll.
Back to that Roland Mark Untitled video in just one moment.
Time to be smart.
Roland Martin's doing this every day.
Oh, no punches!
Thank you, Roland Martin, for always giving voice to the issues.
Look for Roland Martin in the whirlwind, to quote Marcus Garvey again.
The video looks phenomenal, so I'm really excited to see it on my big screen.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
See, there's a difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
I got to defer to the brilliance of Dr. Carr and to the brilliance of the Black Star Network.
I am rolling with Roland all the way.
Honored to be on a show that you own. A black man owns the show.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now. Roland was amazing on there.
Hey, Black, I love y'all.
I can't commend you enough about this platform that you've created for us to be able to share who we are, what we're doing in the world, and the impact that we're having.
Let's be smart. Bring your eyeballs home.
You can't be Black-owned media and be scared.
You dig?